Who's got one?
Today?
Not bad, not bad. I think we're learning a lot. I thought offensively we had a better day. I thought that we're starting to come closer to the execution that we need, or at least close enough to say, hey, see how close we are to getting it right. Execution is not easy offensively, especially when we're defending, a very talented bunch of guys and guys that are bringing some good blitz and twists and things of that nature. So it takes a little while to get it going, but I saw improvement there. Defense is still, playing extremely hard and making some plays, but they're learning as they go. We got to learn to practice a little bit better. We had guys. It was supposed to be not time to tackle yet, but we had a little tackling going on, which it's understandable that everybody's hyped up, ready to go. But we got to learn to practice against each other and go at the tempo that we choose. We'll have days that we tackle and days that we don't. And today was one we were not supposed to. Now we did early in the practice have a little 3-on-3 competition, which was really it was a nice heated battle, and thought everybody got excited about that.
So how do you deal with it when guys are tackling when they're not supposed to?
Well, you it was the first day really of it, so you keep teaching it, you keep coaching it. Coach Diaz grabbed a couple guys, just took them off the field immediately and gave them up downs on the sideline just to remind them that's not the way we want to do it. But it takes a little bit of getting used to.
I also want to ask you your philosophy on quarterbacks. How many do you like to have on your roster at one time, and the thoughts on just taking 2 in one class?
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's really a limit, but I think the least amount of guys I would want to have would be 5 on scholarship. That would be my goal. And sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 6. But, I've had a bunch of guys over the years having 2 in the same class, and both of them go in the NFL. So and the other thing too is sometimes one guy redshirts, one guy doesn't. You can get some separation that way as well.
Can you talk about how Evan Sheriffs is doing, and also Jack Allison?
Well, Evan is he's very conscientious. When we came back from spring break, he probably had the best footwork of all the QBs. And it was mostly because of the work that he put in during spring break. And then once your feet are right, you got a chance to be on time and on rhythm, and that's one less thing you got to think about. So from that perspective, he did a good job. But he's also he's a good student, whether it's school or football, it doesn't matter. He's very conscientious, takes good notes, and I can see him trying to do what I'm asking him to do. When you get guys doing, they just making up their own stuff, I promise you that guy won't play for me. He's got to do it the way we say do it, and Evan is creating a lot of good habits.
Coach, footwork has been something Malik said it a lot. And,
I'm sorry, footwork?
Footwork. Malik said, he spoke to it a lot, said it's something that you always point to. Have you seen an improvement even in just these past couple of days?
We do, and what happens is when we go, we'll throw routes versus air, basically wide receivers against nobody. We're just throwing it to, the footwork, if you just film the footwork there, it's really good. And then when you start putting defenders over there, like our 7-on-7 or pass skelly we call it. When you're starting to make decisions downfield, then all of a sudden your feet kind of go bad here and there. And then you add D lineman to it and a little pressure, and all of a sudden your footwork goes to goes to crud. And so they just got to learn to keep their footwork consistent regardless of the drill, because it's versus air, it's skelly, it's 11-on-11, then it's a scrimmage, then it's a game. And so it's a progression of getting used to doing it, and they'll get there. And you asked about Jack Allison. Jack is, for a guy just rolling in town, he's doing pretty good. He is getting a lot of good reps. We're not holding any reps from him. We're rolling in with the other guys. Kaya's getting all the 1s, and the other guys are splitting the 2s and 3s, and we're doing that on an equal basis. And he's getting there little by little.
How nice is it to have your son with you coaching?
It's an awesome blessing, really. He's a very smart guy. He's very good recruiter. I'm running the room and all that kind of thing. I'm coaching the QBs. He's there with me, and there's certain drills he's running and things of that nature. And and he knows exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it, and he can help a guy when I'm doing something else, which is a great advantage. And then also having his beautiful wife Anna and our little granddaughter is especially nice.
Does it get confusing at
Couple
all
more
when you hear
questions.
Coach Richt and you both turn around? What's that moment like?
I think most people call him John, but it's CMR on my underwear and it's CJR on his. So
I don't think we've asked you about the fullback at all. Have you
Yeah.
found a fullback you like? I mean, is there...
we're working on that. We're working on that. It's not an easy position, and we're trying to find somebody who will strike. And so far, it's a work in progress. I'll say it the nicest I can say it.
Last question, guys.
What are your first impressions of the offensive line?
Well, it's really like the fourth impression now
Yeah.
because if you'd asked me after last practice, it wouldn't have been very pretty. But today they came back and fought, and they had a much better day. Much better day. Yeah, by no means are they there, but it's I just thought they were more. They played more physical today, which they've got to do. They seem to know their assignments just a little bit better, and we slowed down a little bit on the installation to try to help everybody. You know, like we talk about defense playing fast, but you gotta think fast and play fast offensively too. And if you're thinking too much, it's hard to get it right.